What's going on, jet pilots? What we have here is the Global Jet Club Hummingbird 1.8 meter sport jet. And at the last flights over there in Best in the West, one of the struts was loose a little bit. So it was skidding all over the runway during braking. So I'm going to do another video install of how to do the AG-63 into another jet. Let me bring the camera in and we'll get started. Alright, here's a close-up look of the current controller, the JP all-in-one, which is retract and brakes. And we're going to go ahead and replace it with this. On my radio, you can see gears channel 7, steering is 10, and brakes is 11. So what we're going to have to do is remove some of the cables from the actual receiver and plug them up to the AG-63. The first thing is making sure that you have the left and right brake properly in the correct channel. So I already know that when I plug this up, they are left and right correctly. So I'm gonna leave this controller there to actually just work the retracts and then add the actual brake controller on it. So first I unplugged the battery because I had it on. I did make an adapter. I did make a Y adapter, and the reason behind this was just so that I can use the same battery for the retracts and the brake controller. So I'll unplug that for now. The installation might look a little sloppy for the moment because I'm gonna go ahead and once I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the wiring and move some all those cables out of the way. So first, I know this is my right brake channel, and that's going to go into the right side of the controller here, where it says brake left and brake right. So we're going to go with the right one. And this is the left. So there's the actual brakes already just configured already. So then the only thing I want to do from there is I want to just move this controller out of the way. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing that controller against the side of the airplane like so. Because that one, the orientation doesn't matter which way it goes. So then from there, let's begin with the actual receiver installation. So I need two cables from the receiver to go to the brake controller. Number one, I'm going to need the gear, the landing gear, which I said was number 7. And then I'm going to need the steering servo. Now steering, I have it on its own channel, and that's on number 10. So from here, we're going to get number 10. Let me pull my receivers out. Excuse me, my receiver. And then we'll go after wire number 10, or channel number 10. Well, I guess I'll start with number 7 since they're all pretty much tied in there. This is number 7, and this is the retract channel, or the gear, what it says on the... So here, I'm going to go from the retract channel to the actual steering, which says gear out on the gyro, and then I'm just going to connect those. There's one, and there's the steering. I still got to get that one out of there. Well, I guess I'll disconnect more than the ones I need. So let me reconnect my brakes. And this is the actual steering. So steering goes right here. So now, from the gyro, from the brake gyro, I have installed the 2 female connectors on it. or I have plugged in the 2 female connectors on it. There are 5 cables. I have 3 left. So far I have installed the gear, the retract channel from where it's going to the retract to the actual gyro, and then the steering channel. That's the only thing. Now on the actual gyro, there's still the steering servo that goes back into number 10, the brake which goes back into number 7, and the actual landing gear, the retracts. So steering, retracts, and brake. So the landing gear was number 7, where I unplugged it at number 7. Let me put that back in there. Then steering is number 10. Let me throw that in there. And I am left with the brakes. Now, the other controller has a brake output, so that I'm gonna have to remove the brakes from the receiver and just put in another one. The brakes for me is number 11 over here, so I'm just gonna unplug it and leave it hanging for now. And then from the gyro, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my brakes. My brakes. So now all the connections are made. Everything from the gyro has been plugged in. Here is the actual gyro. Like I said, the connections are gonna look messy for right now because I'm just doing a simplified installation. I need power for the gyro. That's why like I said, I made a Y adapter earlier. So I'm gonna connect the power for the brakes, and then connect the power for the retracts. So there's the 2 power supplies. And here's the battery. I'm gonna connect it in a second. Now the gyro doesn't care whether you install it upside down, like this, from the bottom, upside right, vertical, or facing down. The thing is, it must be flat. You cannot put it on the curvature of the airplane, like, down here in the bottom. So it just has to be someplace where it's flat and it's not gonna be moving. So let me just plug it up, put it right there, perfectly flat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the power. Turn on the receiver. And connect the brakes and the... Alright guys, once you turn it on, you notice the lights go on and off quickly here for a second. If the steering is not working and the brakes are not working, don't worry about it yet. You don't need to worry about that yet. If everything's plugged in the way it's supposed to be, what you want to do is just hold left rudder and then just turn the brakes on and off, on, off, on, off. And you keep going until the actual controller clicks. It will make a clicking sound and both lights will flash together. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the receiver and then power up the brakes. You see it's already getting power from the receiver a little bit, but that doesn't go to the actual brakes. There's the power to the brakes. The blue light means this one's already actually programmed, but we're gonna go ahead and do the programming again anyway. Basically, you hold the rudder stick all the way to the left, and then you just turn the brakes on and off. You see how the lights alternate? The red light means the brakes are on, the other one, the blue one, means the steering is on. But if you keep moving them up and down like that, the actual controller should click, or see the lights right there flashing? That means it's already done. So the controller will either flash or give you a clicking sound on the brakes too. So now both of the lights are on. Now you can check your steering and check your brakes. So first of all, now if I apply the brakes, and they happen to be backwards, so I'm gonna have to reverse the channel, or just flop the cables, or put them upside down. One of the two, whichever you prefer, whichever one's easier for you. You pick up the nose, and once you pick up the nose, it should be spinning in the opposite direction of where you pick it up. So for example, if I pick up the nose and move it towards me, you see the wheel turning the opposite way. Same thing when I push it that way. See the nose? So there you go. The only thing is, like I said, you just have to be calm, and you know, if you don't see anything at first, don't freak out. Just go ahead and program it by holding the left rudder stick full left, and then just on off on the brakes. If you can see the actual lights, you will see them both flash and alternate, and you'll hear the actual brakes click a little bit, and that's it. Now I'm just gonna clean up the wires and put them where they belong and under the tray, and hope you guys enjoy the video.